Hey there! Are you ready to pull back the curtain and reveal the hidden magic behind JavaScript? Today we are dive deep into a topic that's like the chamber of secret for your JavaScript Object Descriptor. If you ever been baffled by terms like writable, enumerable, or configurable, then buckle up, because we are about to demystify it all. So smash the like button and let's start! In JavaScript, objects are more than just a key value pair. They are intrinsic entities with characteristics that often go unnoticed. An object descriptor is essentially a metadata object that details how a property on an object behaves. It's like the DNA of a property, encoding its attribute and define its characteristics. You can think of an object descriptor as a control panel, give you nodes and levers to find how a property can be accessed, modified, enumerated, or deleted. Object descriptor has different attributes that you can configure. The first one is the value, the actual value of your property. Then there is the writable. Writable determines if the property value can be changed. It's like a lock that you can engage or disengage at will. Then there is the enumerable attribute that controls wherever the properties show up during enumeration, like when you use a for-in loop or the object keys method. Last but not least, the configurable attribute that decide if the property can be deleted or has its attribute changed. Think of it's the ultimate veto power. Then you can access and modify this attribute using built-in JavaScript method like Object.getOwnProperty Descriptor, Object.defineProperty, and Object.defineProperties method. These are your magic wand to perform spellbinding feats of object manipulation. For example, to make a property read-only, you can set its writable attribute to false. Or if you want to hide a property from enumeration, just set the enumerable attribute to false. It's like tailoring your object properties to fit your exact needs, almost as if you are crafting a bespoke suite. Okay, it's time to pass to the practice and get our hands dirty and jump into the practical aspect of using object descriptor in JavaScript. So the first example is accessing descriptor with Object.getOwnProperty Descriptor. So even wonder what the descriptor of an existing object property looks like. Object.getOwnProperty Descriptor is your answer. It takes two arguments, the object itself and the property name as a string. And the descriptor object shows the default property, in this case value, writable, enumerable, and configurable. No surprise, everything is set to true by default. Let's move on and let's see how we can define a descriptor with Object.defineProperty. So if you want to create a property with custom attribute, you have to use the Object.defineProperty method. This method takes three arguments, the object, the property name, and the descriptor object, like in this example. So now the person name property is a read-only property and not configurable, but enumerable. So you can play with the property and see the result. But as you can see, it's pretty simple to define your custom property in an object using Object.defineProperty. Okay, everything is cool, but if we want to define multiple properties at one time, using Object.defineProperty, we can do this. So the Object.defineProperties accept two parameters. The first one is the object, and the second one is another object with multiple properties that describe the properties, and for each properties the descriptor. In this case, as you can see in this example, The property name with the value dog is writable, and the sound property with the value wolf, and in this case is enumerable, equals to false. And as you can see, it's pretty simple to set multiple properties in one times using defineProperty method. Okay, let's move to the last example of this content. So what if you want to define a property that depends on the other ones? So using Object.defineProperties, you can get this result. So in this case, as you can see, there is a person, and we want to add a new property called full name. That is the concatenation of the first name and the last name. And this is a getter. So in this case, using the Object.define method, we can pass the object, the name of the property, and then describe with using the get the function. In this case, the full name is the concatenation of the first name and the last name, and then we can also define that this property is enumerable, so we can enumerate these properties in a for in loop or an object keys method. And the result is pretty simple. So as you can see in the console now, the person.fullname contains John Doe, the concatenation on the first name and the last name. And that's it. So now I think the idea is clear, and you can use your imagination to combine this configuration to provide the best descriptors for your object. Whoa, folks! We just journeyed through the hidden labyrinth of JavaScript and came out to the other side. Object descriptor enhance. I hope you found this guide as illuminated as a console log in a dark code base. If you still have a question, or if you've got some of your own magic tricks with Object Descriptor to share, drop a comment below. I can't wait to hear from you. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and consider subscribing for more deep dive into the enigmatic world of Java. Until next time, keep coding, keep exploring, and may your object always be perfectly described. See you, bye bye!